Primetime local news, serving the Lakeland and Midwest regions.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to this Wednesday edition of Primetime Local News. We have a great show for you, and Brittany is here on set. I know she's not out on location. We have Gerard out on location for the Jerry Ritz Appreciation Night, which should be a great time. And we have a really exciting show. You're filling in for both sports and agriculture.
Yeah, so we're going to get to talk a little bit about what's going on in local sports as well. We're going to be talking with, we're going to be finding out how some of the local producers are doing given the weather conditions. There isn't a lot of crop that's been off yet, but they're getting there.
Okay, well, we look forward to that. Plus, we have a trending panel today, but before we get to all of that, we're going to toss it over to Elise for a look at your local news.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Michaela. New charges have been filed in the deadly Humboldt Broncos bus crash last April. Alberta Transportation Minister Brian Mason says Sukhmander Singh of Adesh Diol Trucking is charged with non-compliance with federal and provincial safety regulations over a 6-month period. Singh is the owner of the Alberta Trucking Company involved in the crash between a semi-trailer and a bus carrying the Humboldt Broncos junior hockey team. 16 people died and 13 were injured. And the long-awaited Gold Horse Casino held a job fair today at the Days Hotel, giving job seekers a look at how their career may start. Brendan Collins has more.
Over a year ago, construction began for the Gold Horse Casino, and now near its completion, they're searching for workers. From custodians to guest services to security and game staff, all positions must be filled.
Since June, they've been working very hard on the building. We are almost at completion. Set to open at the end of the year, and the building is coming along quite nicely.
The Saskatchewan Indian Gaming Authority, or SIGA, is one of the largest employers in the province, and their search to fill over 200 positions is just one of the ways that they're giving back to the community.
SIGA also helps with community development through sponsorships. To date, they've given over $190,000 back to Lloydminster.
Probably our main program is our sponsorship program, which is a $1.3 million community investment grant.
The Friendship Centre, Lloydminster Chamber of Commerce, Regional Health Foundation Gala, and Rescue Squad Gala are just a few events and organizations they've given back to.
In each community as well. Last year we had just under 4,000 community volunteer hours that we did in the various communities around Saskatchewan.
The staff of Gold Horse do the majority of volunteering, so it remains to be seen just where community bonds will be formed.
It's going to be really interesting to see where the staff, because it's an employee-driven volunteer program, where the staff are going to want to spend their time investing and volunteering in the community in Lloyd's.
The Gold Horse Casino is expected to open by the end of December. For Primetime Local News, I'm Brendan Collins.
And this morning was a big day for the community as the Canada 150 mural was unveiled at City Hall.
1, 2, 3.
Many members of the community eagerly waited to see the final artwork displayed at City Hall, and they were not disappointed. The goal of the project was to bring the community together, and it did just that.
My favorite part was having the opportunity to stop in and see when some of the murals were being painted. We had young families, we had grandparents with their grandkids, we had people throughout the community take part, and that was what the intention was to try and engage the entire community. And
Looking closely at the mural, you can see the detail and all the different pieces that Lloydminster represents as a city.
We took part in it as a city thanks to the sponsors like Synergy Credit Union and the Lloydminster and District Co-op. They made that happen. Without those people, we wouldn't have this project. So it brought the community together, and it's going to showcase here at City Hall for a very long time.
And the Alberta 55 Plus Games are coming to Cold Lake in the new year. Coming from March 1st to the 3rd, over 350 participants from across the province will take part in 15 different activities. Last year, the oldest participant was 96 years old. Nancy Donnelly with Zone 7 says games are a chance to keep the mind and body active.
Activities that are physical, and so we have hockey and curling and skiing, among others. But then we also have mental ones. We have duplicate bridge and Scrabble.
Donnelly says 8 of the activities are qualifying events for the Canadian 55+ Winter Games taking place in Kamloops next year. For more information, you can visit alberta55plus.ca. And Thanksgiving is a time to be with friends and family, and the Turkey Trot at St. Joe's Elementary celebrates just that. Brett Holden has more in what's in this week's Beyond the Classroom.
The Turkey Trot at St. Joe's Elementary School has been a part of the school's tradition since its opening, and the event is a good way to celebrate Thanksgiving before the holiday begins.
We just really want to encourage our families to come in and be with their children and enjoy the day, and something for us to do together that does a little bit of physical fitness, and we just walk a quick lap around Pertissa Park.
The event starts with a lunch with the families, and after is the turkey catching contest, which is something that the students always look forward to.
Good afternoon, everyone. I want to welcome you to our annual turkey catching contest.
Watching the teachers catch the turkeys and seeing who wins the turkey, because in the classes we always have competition. Oh, you're going to win. Oh, no, I'm going to win. And it's always fun to see who actually wins the turkey.
That it's not actual turkeys and that it's just the teachers catching grade 7s.
The event helps the students and the participants remember the importance of Thanksgiving.
I'm thankful for my family and friends, and I'm also thankful to my teachers that educate me every day.
We are absolutely blessed when you're able to say you have a wonderful family, when you have food that you can enjoy, and I think our world is really about relationship. And so having not only my family but my extended school family, it's important that we spend time together.
For This Week in Beyond the Classroom, I'm Brett Holden.
Beyond the Classroom is brought to you by Lakeland College. Apply to the hairstyling program and take the lead working with clients in the on-campus salon. Lakeland College, leading learning since 1913.
And now we're going to head down to Gerard Lampow, who is at the Jerry Ritz Appreciation Night.
Everyone, and hope you're enjoying it here this afternoon, because we're here to toast someone who has done yeoman service for Canada and for Battleford's Lloydminster, and as well in his capacity as the Federal Ag Minister. And that person is Jerry Ritz. He's already here at the Lloyd X, but I'm going to have a chat right now with Orville Billis, who's the event coordinator. Orville, you guys on the team, you all have been working hard on it since about June to do this appreciation for Jerry Ritz.
Yes, great job by the Jerry Ritz team here for the EDA. Everyone working hard. Number one goal is to, first of all, make this event very professional tonight, but also and fun.
Yeah.
But also, we also had to go out there and make sure that we could contact a huge amount of people around Western Canada and Canada, so they had the opportunity to possibly come and attend this wonderful event tonight. We're going to have a lot of fun as we thank Jerry Ritz for his great job as Member of Parliament, serving, of course, Battleford's Lloydminster EDA, and of course, Saskatchewan, and Canada, and making Canada a role model in the world.
Yeah. Tease the home audience, as it were, as to what might be coming up on the program later this evening, because you guys are here till about 10 o'clock this evening. What's going to happen apart from supper and everything?
Yeah. Well, you know, supper, we've got a photo booth over there to take some pictures with Jerry Ritz and other fun little things. There's also, you'll be able to get a picture with Jerry Ritz at the Canadian flag. And each speaker coming up will have something special to say. Like, for example, we have coming tonight Elvin Hermanson, and that was Jerry's first colleague in politics before Jerry got started and ran as an member of Parliament back there in '97.
Yeah. One final comment from you, and I'll let you go, in terms of what this means to you in terms of being able to organize such an event there, Orville.
Well, this brings, first of all, the EDA team, the EDA Board of Directors that run the business of the Battleford's EDA, it just gives them another opportunity to come forward and just present themselves as a business and prepare themselves for the next election.
Awesome. There, Orville Billis there, the event coordinator. We will chat with Jerry Ritz and his wife shortly. Michaela, it's back to you. Give us some good weather.
All right, thank you so much, Gerard. Currently sitting at 0 degrees right on that freezing mark right there. At least we have some sunshine in the area as of now. It could be cloudy as of tomorrow, unfortunately. Look at these records though, 24 degrees on this day back in 2014. Here's a look at the satellite radar. Just a few patches of precipitation, but nothing that reached into our area over the course of the day. And as we look to our watches and warnings, none currently in effect, no frost advisories as of now, but we will be dipping down quite low overnight. Looking to our current temperatures, 0 here in the border city, a little bit warmer out in Edmonton, only 1 degree though, 4 degrees in Jasper, 0 degrees in Athabasca, and as we move into the Saskatchewan side, a little bit warmer, 5 degrees in Meadow Lake and 4 degrees in Prince Albert. As we look to North Battleford, not currently pulling in any data right there. We will get that fixed. Overnight though, we are going to dip down to -9. The wind chill isn't going to be a major factor tonight, going to feel more like -10 to 11, so really not that much cooler. Tomorrow though, a high of 3 degrees, a mix of sun and clouds in the area. Currently in Cold Lake, 3 degrees, overnight dipping down to -5, and that cloud cover is going to continue into tomorrow, 3 degrees only for the high. Lloydminster currently sitting at 0 degrees, or overnight rather, going down to -8. But it's going to feel more like -9 to 10, so really not that much cooler than the overnight. Tomorrow, 3 degrees as we move to our 3-day forecast. Tomorrow, very cloudy, and that's going to continue. We could see some freezing rain overnight into Friday morning, and then Friday, rain, snow during the day, and then it could turn into a flurry overnight, 5 degrees there, -1 on Saturday. I'll have more details, including your 7-day forecast, coming up a little bit later.
Estimates are putting the crop losses in Alberta at about $5 billion. That number could vary depending on if farmers are able to salvage harvest 2018. Gerard Lampow tells us about one area producer who's caught up in the trials of this year's harvest.
Well, actually, we've been weighing off the combine at a scale here just to the north of us, and I think last talk to Mom, it's doing just under 60. Which is pretty good for this time of year.
Garth George has 12 years under his belt as a full-time farmer. He's got 340 acres of Liberty 255 PC. It's reading about 11 to 12% moisture. Producers would like to get canola down to 10 or less. He will take his grain either to ADM in Lloydminster or Cargill in Camrose.
Different elevators have different rules. Some will take it and just give you shrink for it, and the other ones won't even take it. They'll reject you after it's over 10. So needless to say, this stuff is probably going to go to that elevator that'll take it over 10.
He says the growing season looked great, but the weather has been unreal, a fight to put it mildly.
We started combining, I guess it was about August 10th, and we're still standing here today. And I guess if we had a good week left, we'd probably get it all wrapped up if all goes well. But
the first time I've ever had my grain truck driver radio me and tell me that the highways are getting icy and we are still combining.
Snow has once again stalled harvest. Like so many area producers, he's been pushing the clock going till 3 in the morning, then starting again the next day. Family support is keeping them going.
My mom and dad run the combines, and then our good friend and neighbor who we rent land from runs our grain cart, and then my cousin's out here somewhere with the harrows. He's with us, and then my wife does a lot of the baling and helps out, but we just had a newborn.
George still has 12% of his crop left in the field. He still hopes to get it all done. Producers will welcome improved conditions. Gerard Lampow, Primetime Local News.
Let's take a look at this week's ag prices.
City Center Auto Body is proud to offer the paintless dent removal system. This works by going behind the panel, working out small dents. Lloydminster's trusted auto body shop for over 35 years.
The Rustlers men's basketball team has relied heavily on core players to achieve success in recent years, and last year's silver medal finish was no different. While All-Star Tay Holiday has made headlines before, it's a more soft-spoken veteran helping lead the charge to another championship game. Josh Ryan has more.
Most of the men's basketball team's training sessions have been spent on establishing urgency, communication, and focus. Key to solidifying this culture is third-year point guard Adrian Richards, hoping to continue where he left off in the playoffs.
Last year, yeah, he came in where a lot of guys were already here, a lot of veterans. He's a vet now, so we want him to be a leader of this team.
Richards is used to letting his game do the talking for him, but now coming off of all-star level play in March, he's ready to accept more vocal responsibility.
It's kind of hard because I'm usually the shy guy out of basketball. So whatever it takes to win, I'm for the team. So if they need me to be vocal, I'm down for it.
He already has the leadership role. It's just that he doesn't speak up about it as much, and he's doing a lot better with that this year.
Since their trip to the national tournament, Richards has worked hard to improve his fitness and shooting.
I think he came in more focused, was sending me clips during the summer of him working out. I think that taste of nationals and the taste of provincials really propelled him and opened his eyes.
I was thinking about it all summer. So as soon as we lost, I was thinking about it. So that's really what motivates me to keep going harder, to lead my team. Whatever coach needs me to do on and off the court, I'm willing to do it.
He also recognizes that by being more vocal, he can help the team improve.
To lead my team and try to push forward, because I know I could get better. I just need my team to get better with me, and I can't be an individual in this one.
And having had a full season to play with Holiday and other returners bodes well for their success this season.
On defense, he's always trying to get a block, so I know how to set him up for the guys to get a block, so yeah.
Josh Ryan, Primetime Local Sports.
Let's head back over to the Lloyd X and check in with Gerard to find out what's going on at the Jerry Ritz Appreciation Night.
And we're here with the man of the moment, Jerry Ritz, along with his wife, after so many years of service to Battleford's Lloydminster and, of course, Canada Ag Minister, and, of course, so many travels abroad. It's really nice to have you here. How are you feeling today?
Oh, I feel great. It's always good to be back in amongst work constituents. These are the people that sent me down there 7 times. These are the people that I operated on their behalf on issues that came forward. So it's good to reacquaint. We've been pretty busy this last year just getting reacquainted with our own family and friends and getting work done up at the lake and things like that. But this has been a culmination of 25 years in federal politics. So a lot of familiar faces in the crowd. It's good to see.
Yeah. Now, last time we spoke, Jerry told me that there was a honey-do list that existed. How is he at knocking off on that list there?
Slow.
Well, he's
slow.
Very slow. Yeah, he's adding his own to the top of the list, so some of the others aren't getting done yet. But no, we've accomplished quite a bit the past year. It's been good.
Yeah. So slow. What does exactly that mean?
Well, methodical. I'm making sure that when I've got it done, it's done right. There are things that, it's nice outside. It's hard to do the inside work. Now that the weather is turning, we've been catching up on some of that. So it's all good. I've been away for 25 years like we were. There's a lot of stuff piles up,
Is there any folks that you want to thank? I mean, Elwin Hermanson has been with you all of the years from the beginning. The list is probably long there, too.
Well, I started out taking a paycheck from Elwin way back in I guess we didn't start a paycheck until 93, but we started 91 with the nomination, a contested one. Then we did the Charlottetown Accord as a dress rehearsal coming up for the election. And, from then on, it was a mobile office that I put together and ran in the riding when it was Kindersley involved. And then he went provincial and I went federal, and he came back and we joined again later as Minister of Agriculture. Elwin became my lead at the Grain Commission and did a fantastic job there. So.
I'm going to ask you one more question and let you guys get away. You don't miss it, do you?
Actually, I do. Not the being away, not the traveling to the airport when it's 40 below and so on, but just the people. A lot of my colleagues are here tonight, and it's good to reacquaint myself with them. I stay in touch on social media with a lot of folks beyond the riding, but you miss that people-to-people thing for sure.
For sure. Jerry and Judy Ritz, I'm going to let you get back to the appreciation, and lots of folks keep on coming in here. And we toss it back to Michaela, who's got all of the great weather in the studio.
All right, thank you so much, Gerard. Before we get into the numbers, look at this beautiful shot of some chili flowers that was sent in to us by Sarah. Thank you so much for sending that in. Taking a look now at our current temperatures around the map. 0 degrees here in the border city, and then a little bit warmer as we move into Saskatchewan. 2 degrees in Maidstone, 5 degrees rather in St. Walburg, 3 degrees in Meadow Lake. Let's move over to the other side. A whole bunch of 0 in Vermilion and Vegreville, 1 degree in Edmonton. As we move a little bit further north, 5 degrees in Fort McMurray, -1 in Peace River, and that's the same story in High Level. As we move over onto the Saskatchewan side, 3 degrees in La Loche, 3 degrees in Buffalo Narrows, and 2 degrees in La Ronge. And then as we move south, 4 degrees in Moose Jaw, -1 in Estevan, 2 degrees in Regina, and then over on the Alberta side, -1 in Calgary, 3 degrees in Banff. Just want to bring over to the next 24 hours. Here's a look at the precipitation that we could be seeing. Tomorrow overnight, we could be seeing some freezing rain into Friday morning, and then that is unfortunately going to turn into snow on and off possibly throughout the day on Friday, a rain-snow mix turning into flurries in the evening, but we should only be getting into that 2-centimeter range as we look at the radar right there. As we look to our numbers for tomorrow, 2 degrees here, 2 degrees in Vermilion, a little bit warmer in Vegreville, 3 degrees, 7 degrees in Edmonton, warming up quite significantly. And then as we look to the school day forecast, -3 when the kids grab the school bus, -2 for recess time, 0 degrees at lunch, and then 2 degrees over when they head home. 2 degrees is going to be our daytime high. We do have a chance of some freezing rain into the overnight hours. Going into Friday, it's going to be a rain-snow mix on and off throughout the day, 58% chance there, and then it could turn into some flurries into the evening, 2 centimeters there. Saturday, -1, -7 for the low. Sunday, 4 degrees, -9 for the low, 6 degrees on Monday. Tuesday is when we're going to see that sunshine come back out, 9 degrees there, and that's the same on Wednesday, 9 degrees with a 3-degree low. And that's going to look at your 7-day forecast.
The Lloydminster exhibition. The Lloydminster exhibition is theming with lots of activity, all in appreciation of Jerry Ritz for his many years of service. I have someone who's walking the road of service right now, nearly a year for Rosemary Falk as the Member of Parliament for Battleford's Lloydminster. So thank you for joining me. What's the move been like to the big city for you?
Well, I haven't moved to the big city. I just commute because this is my city. This is my home. That. Yeah, I was born and raised in Lloydminster, and it's important. I have a small family. It's important that I keep that family here because the community that is here is so much better than the big city.
I hear you on that. You are filling some big shoes there. Jerry Ritz is he a tough act to follow?
Of course he is. I mean, Jerry Ritz was one of the longest sitting cabinet ministers in the Harper government, right? I mean, the things that he has done for our farmers, giving our farmers, letting them gain access to the market so that they can choose when and who they want to sell their grain to. That's pretty big. That being said, I mean, his legacy, he has a legacy that's going to be here in Canada forever, especially in Western Canada.
Right. Now, in terms of what you're dealing with right now in representation, Battleford's Lloydminster area in Ottawa, how is that going for you?
Very well. I've spoken on several different bills that have come through the House last June and already since we've been back. But something that is concerning that I'm hearing a lot about is the legalization of marijuana, since that's just right around the corner, right? It's going to be interesting to see what this federal Liberal government
how it plays itself out?
Yeah, how it plays itself out, and to see if they are ready, which I don't know.
Yeah, no one seems to be sure on the answer to that. What do you think is happening on the ground? Because it raises a bigger picture about the opioid crisis right across the country, and especially in this area. We've had 1 death over the Thanksgiving weekend and 3 overdoses as well. What are your thoughts about the opioid crisis?
Well, I mean, it's a tragedy already, right? I mean, one death is too many, right? But I think it's very concerning for me that we have a government right now that, is wanting to decriminalize, which they did decriminalize marijuana. I mean, they've made it more accessible for youth, since youth are legally allowed to carry, I believe it's 5 grams if you're the ages of 12 to 17, which is very alarming that they're making access for our kids to be able to carry it. And then we do have another party that wants to decriminalize all drugs. Yeah. So, I mean,
Rosemary, we'll have to hold it on that, certainly, but it's great to have you out here toasting Jerry Ritz, and all the best in your service, your stint in Ottawa there. We're tossing it back to studio. What's buzzing in the world of social media?
All right, well, today's question of the day stemmed with us being just a few weeks away from Halloween. So we wanted to know, what do you give out to your trick-or-treaters? I know we always kind of give out a mixed chocolate bar array, if you will. What did you guys give out?
We lived in the country and actually didn't get people growing up, but yes. I do like to also give out chocolate. But I mean, growing up, I remember getting toothbrushes. I remember getting cans of pop. Full-size chocolate bars.
Full-size chocolate bars were the best. And actually a lot of people commenting on our Facebook page are saying they hand out a lot of cans of pop, which I found interesting. I found that always very heavy in the bag when you were trick-or-treating, though.
Yeah, that definitely weighs you down a bit.
And what age did you stop trick-or-treating?
I stopped at about age 10.
Okay, yeah, I stopped at 21. Anyways, we'll get on. Yeah, I went trick-or-treating very late, but I had a costume. But you still have time to weigh in on our question of the day. Let us know what you're giving out this year for your trick-or-treaters on our Facebook or Twitter page. But right now it's time for our Pet of the Day segment, and we have some really cute ones for you today. This one has no name because Trina found this little guy about 4 weeks old, almost frozen to death, but he's doing good. So this is no name kitten, but he was just too adorable. We had to show him. That was sent in by Trina. This one was sent in by Carly. This is Tater, just playing with her human there. I love it, super cute. This is Nixon. This was sent to us by Leanne. She says he looks grumpy, but he's always happy. Super cute there. And then look at this, Chicken Little. This was submitted to us by Michelle. She says her little guy there loves his chicken, so super adorable. And then last but certainly not least, we have Sawyer. What a nice smile Sawyer has, and that was sent to us by Denise. Like always, if you want to see your pet here on Primetime Local News, send us a photo of them. Make sure you include their name. You can send it to us on any of our social media platforms or by email. Just make sure, like I said, you include their name, and then if you are chosen, you will be entered to win a Pet Pad gift card.
We want to see your pets. Send photos of your pet and their name to our Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram to have them featured on Pet of the Day. Your name will be entered into a weekly draw for a gift certificate from the Pet Pad.
Welcome to it, everyone, as we continue the excitement here, sharing all of the great news, toasting Jerry Ritz this evening. I've got now Jason Kenney, the leader of the United Conservative Party of Alberta, who's here to toast, if not roast, our special guest.
I think it'll be more of a roast. Jerry
Really?
and I were seatmates in the House of Commons when we were baby MPs way back in 1997.
Tell me about those days.
Well, we were both elected back in 97. We had never met before, but we hit it off immediately. Yeah. By coincidence, we were put sharing the same desk in Parliament, in the House of Commons. And I very quickly learned that Jerry had the fastest wit and best sense of humor of just about anybody I had met. Occasionally, it's gotten him into a wee bit of trouble. But you know what? I think it's great in politics not to take yourself too seriously, and Jerry never has.
Yeah. So you're not going to really roast him then?
A little bit of roasting, but also some toasting. You know, I honestly believe that apart from just being a great guy, he was our best ever Minister of Agriculture. Excuse me, I was the immigration minister. He was agriculture.
Yeah, let's not tie it up, eh?
No, exactly. No, but he did brilliant work going all across the country, all across the world, getting market access for Canadian farmers. He was the senior political minister for Saskatchewan. I can tell you around the cabinet table, Jerry never hesitated to speak his mind.
Yeah, for sure. And it's not the capacity that I met him in there when I moved to the area, and he being the MP and a member of parliament and such. Now, UCP, you guys have got some business. I mean, like there were 7 folks going up in this Vermilion-Lloydminster riding.
Right. We are, the provincial election will be in next spring. We've nominated about half of our candidates. There's a half to go, including here in the new Battle River Wainwright Lloydminster riding. And we're expecting that will be before Christmas. We have 7 candidates so far. Lots of excitement. If people want to get involved in the democratic process, stay tuned. There will be debates and maybe even more candidates entering this race.
Yeah, we certainly will look forward to that and keep tabs on that. Anything else you want to say by way of roasting or toasting for Jerry Ritz? I'll let you get back to supper.
Well, I just wondering what this goatee he's got makes him look like Ricardo Montalban from Fantasy Island. I don't know what's going on here.
Jason Kenny,
Thanks
nice
very
chatting
much.
with you. I'll let you get back to supper there.
Thank you.
And best of luck. Nice to have you in Lloydminster. You see what I'm talking about there. The appreciation night for Jerry Ritz here at the Lloyd X. And speaking of which, Michaela Henschel and the team, you guys have got a lot in the world of social media.
Well, today's question of the day was, what do you give out at Halloween? Because I feel like as a kid, you always had those interesting things that you gathered at the end of the night. Just want to read a couple of the comments. Jane says she gives out toothbrushes. Yeah, I think Jane might be a dentist. We also have a lot of cans of pop, and Elliot on Facebook says he hands out Mr. Noodles.
Interesting. That's different.
Nice little sodium kick there. I mean, I wouldn't mind. I'd probably cook them up. But what was your favorite thing as a kid getting in your bag?
Oh, definitely was the Reese's Pieces, the little mini cups. Those were the best. But I also really enjoyed the chips, like getting some Doritos.
Yeah, Doritos. I used to trade for them. But the best I feel like as a kid was the houses that gave the big chocolate bars.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Those were the best houses.
They were the best. Yeah. We do ask a question every day on our social media, so make sure you do weigh in on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. We always want to hear from you, and then you could be featured right here on Primetime Local News. But right now, we're going to turn to our Pet of the Day segment, because it's so cute. And we have some real cuties up. This is an unnamed kitten. Trina found him or her, unsure, but healthy. It wasn't doing so when they found him, but super cute. So that was sent in to us by Trina. And then we also have Tater, and Tater's human there. I think the human really likes Tater there. That was sent in to us by Carly. And then we also have, let's see, Nixon. Nixon, super cute. That was sent to us by Leanne. Almost looks like it belongs in the frame there. Super cute. And then we also have a chicken. This is Chicken Little, and this was sent to us by Michelle. She says her little one there loves his chicken. So there we go. That's a new pet for us. And then last but certainly not least, Sawyer. That is a great photo. Nice smile from Sawyer, and that was sent to us by Denise. Like always, if you have a pet, you can send us their photo on any of our social media pages or by email. Just make sure you include the animal's name, and if you are chosen to be shown on our Pet of the Day segment, you will be entered to win a $50 gift card to PetPad.
We want to see your pets. Send photos of your pet and their name to our Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram to have them featured on Pet of the Day. Your name will be entered into a weekly draw for a gift certificate from the PetPad.
We are back with Lisa Castle. Lisa is the manager of retail administrative services for the Synergy Credit Union. Lisa, this time we're going to be talking about loans, and people get loans for all kinds of things.
Yes.
So where do you begin with this process, depending on if you're getting it for your house or for your car? Where do you even start?
Certainly, you can do a whole bunch of things. We have agents available to talk about those things over the phone. We have representatives available in our branches. So it really depends on what your comfort zone is, or if you're just trying to gather a bit of information before you come in, or what exactly you're looking for. But what I would say is start by making a bit of a plan. What do you want to achieve, right? So why are you coming in to see us, and what are some of your goals? Because that really helps us guide you down some of your option paths.
And I assume too that a lot of people are looking for mortgages, and with the changes that have come with the mortgages, can you help them figure out if it's something that they can afford or how much they can afford before they go to look? Because I know there's nothing worse than looking and then realizing, oh, it's out of our budget.
Yes, coming in and finding the dream home and realizing it's out of, unavailable to you. Absolutely, come in. We can do pre-approvals. We can share all the sorts of things that you would have to, what you would need in place, so that when you go and you make that offer on that home, you feel really confident about the decision that you're making, that it fits into your budget, and be open to sharing what your budget is. Because as organization, as a financial institution, we have guidelines. We have guidelines that this is the normal parameters that generally people can afford payments in.
Right.
But you need to tell us what your lifestyle is, because just because those are normal parameters doesn't mean they work for everyone. So dual income, no kids, with no childcare is completely different with the same income exactly of maybe somebody with two young children that need
Right.
childcare, right? So that disposable income is going to be different, and it's really important for us to understand what you believe you can afford and then work backwards. And we can go through that whole process with you, but to make sure you're going to be okay, because just because you would fit those base requirements doesn't mean it's going to be comfortable for you.
So that's part of, in essence, living within your means that a lot of people talk about, that they say, well,
Yes.
you know, it looks like on paper I can afford this, but then when I go, I've got this and this and this. I really can't live within my means. So is that something you can help figure out too?
Absolutely, yeah. We have lots of budgeting tools and can certainly sit down with you and go through, and everything from your property insurance to your life insurance to your vehicle insurance to your child care to groceries. You know, so the general rule of thumb is no more than 40% of your gross income can go towards living and debt payments. And living in Canada includes heat,
right?
Because you know we kind of require it. So on a, let's say, $1,000 salary, that means about $400 can go towards those things. That other $600 pays your income tax and your childcare and your groceries. So we can help really identify what line items you have coming out of your account, what commitments you've already made, and make sure that there's enough money over for whatever that purchase is, be it the home or a new vehicle, to make sure you're going to be able to make those obligations without being stressed. Debt doesn't have to be scary.
Right. I know people hear that word and they right away it has that negative connotation with it. But can you actually make your debt work for you?
Yes, absolutely. The way I like to explain it is it's really, so when you borrow money from an institution, we're really just giving you access to money you would have earned over a period of time, but sooner.
Right.
So it's really your money, right? You're borrowing your money, so of course you can get it to work for you. You can meet financial goals by having some debt and also having some savings. And I know we've talked about emergency savings already. So making sure your financial house is really quite solid, that's what we're there to do to support you.
Okay, and if anybody would like information on anything that we've spoken about today, what's the best way to go about and reach out, I guess?
For sure. So we have many different ways to access Synergy Credit Union. So of course our website is www.synergycu.ca. We also have our contact center phone number, which is 1-866-825-3301 or 306-825-3301 if you're local. And then we also have a web help right on our website. And then of course we have our branches.
Okay, and people can just come in, say hi, and
come in,
whatever information they want.
Give us some information on what you want. We can sit down and just have a conversation just like we're doing today.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for joining us,
Lisa.
Lisa.
Thank you so much
really
for having
appreciate
us.
it.
Thank you.
Hey Lakeland, Justin Marshall from Cool 101.3 with a look at what's happening around the Lakeland and area. Today, we're in Glendon, Alberta, at the Glendon Fire Hall. 2 Saturdays from now, October 20th, they're hosting a fall ball, a fundraiser for the Glendon firefighters. And firefighter Kevin Walker joins me now. Why are you doing this?
Well, the big thing is to give back to the community, and we're going to try and raise funds for one of our town trucks. Bring some equipment on, make things a little bit easier for us.
Starts at 5:30, our CMP Century Hall, and lots going on. Meal, silent live auction, as well as you got the band Midlife Crisis.
Correct, absolutely, yeah. Yeah, no, definitely lots of silent auction items, and there'll be a couple of nice live auction items, so it'll be pretty fun.
Where can people get tickets?
They're spread out through, we have a couple places in St. Paul, Bonnyville, Cold Lake, obviously. There's at the Regional Center in Bonnyville, here at the Hall, Poacher's Corner, Glendon Tire, Sobeys in Bonnyville. We have posters all over the place, so, and then, of course, you guys are gladly putting out the word for us, so that's great.
Fantastic. Actually, if you missed anything, you can get more information at 1013coolfm.com. We got her on our website. Kevin, thanks for joining me, man.
Excellent. No, thank you. Thank you so much.
If you have an event you would like to feature on what's happening, please email Justin at 1013coolfm.com.
Well, this is Jerry Ritz, just the way how the community enjoys him and loves him and all of that. It's probably the one time I'm going to put a microphone to him and he's... Okay, he's enjoying the evening clearly, and I'm wearing my sombrero at night even there. The toast, the appreciation, if not the roast, for Jerry Ritz and Battleford's Lloydminster MP for some 20 seasons too. Folks are having supper at the Lloyd X, and it's a wonderful evening. Tomorrow, Brittany Matika is on the road at Fire Hall number 2, open house from about 6 o'clock through to 8 o'clock, and of course we'll be live at 5.
Love the sombrero, Gerard. Taking a look at our 7-day forecast. Unfortunately, not sombrero weather. 2 degrees tomorrow, -8 overnight, and then we could see some freezing rain into tomorrow night into Friday morning. And then Friday, we're going to see a rain-snow mix throughout the day, 60% chance there, and then that could turn into some flurries into the evening. And then on the weekend, not much better, -1, 4 degrees on Sunday, 6 on Monday, 9 on Tuesday and Wednesday, and that's when the sunshine will start to come out. I love Gerard's sombrero there.
That was interesting.
Yeah, it looks like a fiesta down at the Lloyd X. Looks like fun though.
Yeah, it looks like they're having a good time, but
exactly. Anyways, we'll continue this good time right here tomorrow. We'll see you then.
Have a great night.